Hi, hello, g'day, kia ora, or welcome to the studio. I'm Paula from MoxyMojo. Thank you for joining me for our final prompt for Dephemerember 2024. 31st Mixed Media Tag and Urban Graffiti. Right from the word go, I knew what I wanted to do with this one, and I just hope that I can do it justice. This is inspired by a favourite artist of mine, if somewhat controversial in the art scene, but I'm sure all will be revealed with time. So I'm starting off with one of my tag bases. So this is just a tag that I've cut out of a 12 by 12 sheet of cardstock, or sometimes I use like junk mail, whatever I've got. If I'm not using it for something else, then I will make up like bases for different ephemera. And this one happened to be turned into a tag. I've then collaged on just some scraps of paper. So we've got some music paper, a book page, or scrap a book page I should say, and tea and coffee dyed paper. That's all. Simple as that. What I'm going to start with is this stencil, and I think it is a caramel stencil. I could be wrong, but hopefully I'm not. I'm just going to use some golden gel medium light molding paste, because I want something that's really light but that will hopefully dry quite quickly. And this is nice and light and very fluffy, and that's kind of what I'm going for the look. So it looks like whipped kind of butter. So I just want to do kind of like bits of the stencil. Not a lot of it. Just kind of a couple of like random patches just up the top, and I've just put my finger in it. So we're off to a good start. And now I've put finger number 2 in there. Okay. Right, that's all we need. Just that little bit on the top. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to use up some of my scraps of basil. You've seen me using them throughout the Dephemerember series. These are just like 12 by 12s that I've used part of them, and I've got these scraps left over, so use them I shall. Now this is my tearing ruler. You've seen me use that multiple times as well, and all I'm doing is just tearing straightish line. I'm just wanting to get some long strips and with a roughened edge. Doesn't get much simpler than this. And I'm trying to make sure they're, about the same, it's kind of a straightish line. So I'm doing like, out of each one of these, I'm doing a couple of strips. Now that I've got my strips, I am just tearing off the very end. And then I am tearing these at about, I think it's about an inch. Yep, good guess. So basically, on my ruler, there's etchings up to here for centimetres. So from here, I'm just lining up with that edge there and calling that done. just tearing. If they are slightly bigger, slightly smaller, not worried in the slightest. If they are uneven, who cares? It's all just for an effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start sticking these on in brick fashion. So just like this, I'm leaving a very small gap in between, but otherwise gluing them on. So now what we're going to use for this is some matte medium. Yeah, had to pop the top on these little wee babies. So I'm just using my palette knife just to scrape across, just like spreading it out so it's kind of even, not too thick. And then I am just pressing these in, leaving maybe 1 or 2 mil gap, and hoping that it is kind of even. I am using the textured side up, if I can see it. I think, yep, they've all gone that way. And then we're going this way, and, oh, excuse my stomach, another couple of mils. And I should actually, if I bring you down, you might be able to see. Whoops, wrong way. So there we go. Shift that up. Okay, that was going to be a wee bit closer. And then I'm just going off the edge. Ah, yep, that's the one that's working. Ah, thank you, my lovely. Whoops, just put my finger in it, and luckily for me, it seems to have been dried, partly dry. It is the middle of summer, despite what our weather is doing. Okay, so I've got everything adhered in place. I'm going to trim off my edges before I go any further. Right, so now I am going to do I was going to do a thin layer of matte medium over the top, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to put gesso on, and that should hold it down enough, given that they're only small pieces. So we're going to throw caution to the wind and just leave it like this. If I was doing, because this, like, if I was doing it in a art journal, or you know, something that actually on a journal page, I would probably use the matte medium over it. But because it is a sort of standalone piece of ephemera, then I'm quite happy to you know, run the risk. So now what I want is, this is a Easter egg wrapper that I received from my swap partner Tanya, and I just want to try to smooth this out, see if it's possible, as I have done with the chocolate wrappers previously. And all I'm doing is using my finger to spread out the foil as smoothly as possible. But what I can see already is that rubbing too hard sort of takes some of the foil off. It's okay, but it just means I can't rub as, you know, smooth it out as hard as what I've done with the chocolate wrapper. Must be just like different types of foil. Whoops, and that's what we didn't want to happen, but that's okay. That has happened. Now I've got here, so this is also from the scraps that Tanya sent me. It was a chocolate wrapper, and I just want it because it's a nice smooth piece of card. And I think we might actually go with that shape there. Hopefully before this has a chance to dry, and we're going to get this down onto here. Alright, so now this I'm going to just push down, and I hope that you've seen that, because I forgot I did not zoom out again. Right, okay, so that is glued there. I've really pushed it down, so I'm just going to leave this aside to dry. I'm going to zoom out and hope for the best. Right, now let's check this. So this texture paste feels like it's almost done, and I mean real time, 38 minutes from woe to go, and it's dry. I am going to now heat dry it, mainly for the medium side of it, because I want to gesso it, and I want to get it done now, and I'm impatient. Gesso. I'm using Dina Wakley Media white gesso. I think this one's empty, but we will try for, oh no, that's got a little bit, but that's probably all it's got in there. Right. Yep. I knew it was dead or dying. So we're going to put a little bit more from this one. Thank you. That seems to be more bubbles than anything else. Right, and oops, we don't want a hair on there. Where is the hair? There is the hair. I know it's mixed media, but I draw the line at a hair. Now I'm just going over very lightly, more to get kind of an even coat across. It doesn't worry me if I can still see some of the text coming up. That's okay. Okay, I do need more, because that was just all bubbles and nothing, no gesso. I may decide that I want to do a thicker coat, who knows. That looks better. Now I'll probably have too much gesso. I am just trying to make sure that I'm not getting any big clumps of paint around either the paper or the texture paste. So that's why you see me sort of brushing in all directions. It also makes sure that I am getting everything painted, gessoed, including myself, it seems. And I wouldn't use your best of brushes for something like this, where you're trying to get around something that's got a lot of texture, and you're really sort of brushing in there to get in the gaps. An old faithful paintbrush is definitely better than one of your brand new ones. No, actually I might dry this layer first and then try a second layer. 2 thin layers is much better than 1 thick layer of gesso and acrylic paint. Now, part of me is really wanting to put some black or some dark brown on here and just grunge it up so you can see all this texture, because it is just yummy. But I'm not going to. I'm going to resist the temptation and not grunge it up. I am, however, going to just sand off the edges just a wee bit, just because I want them nice and smooth. I said I'm not a painter, but I'm going to try and paint with paper, but in a very stylized way. So for this next bit, I am using black cardstock. Now, I'm not sure what size I want, so I'm going to do a 1-inch circle and then a 5/8, and I may need to trim either or both down. Right, so there's a 1-inch, and then we want the 5/8. This is 5/8. Because I think the 1-inch is going to be too big, but I'm not sure if the 5/8 is too small. Whoops, where did that go? No, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Now, I think I need to sketch this because I don't trust my freehand cutting. But what I'm going to do is use a white chalk pencil. Which one do we want? We might use that one, I think. Oh, no, it's a charcoal. I want a pastel chalk. That's that one. Pastel chalk. Either are the same. That one will do. I just find that this is best when I am working on like a black or a dark cardstock or paper. If I'm wanting to draw, then you know, white pencil works the best. So now for this I need kind of a, actually for this first bit I might do, so I'm going to do a cut on the angle, but the question is how tall do I want it? So if I do it about, so I want this to be about 3 inches, so that is, alright, so if I do, so I'm just thinking if I do it, say, cut that at about 10 centimetres, I think that, no, that's going to be too big. So if we do it 9, I think that's going to be too big as well, but that'll be our starting point. Now maybe 4, yep, so it needs to be smaller than that. So about there, what's that? take about an inch off. So I make it 7. Let's try 7. And I know that cardstock moved, but I need to take another centimetre off. So let's make it about 6.5 without moving. Alright. We have a whole lot of scraps. And that's better. So now I want this to be on an angle. So if we're going about there. Alright. So there. And then by the time that comes down a wee bit, okay. So that kind of gives me my guideline there. So there, and there, and there. That will do. I know what that is. That's the main thing. Right, so now we just need to stick it down. So do I use this or matte medium? I'm going to use this. So first thing we need to do is place everything. So this. Alright, okay, so we are going to sand this off, I think. And because I'm not sure, so what's it going to look like? I think I might just leave it like that. I just want to do like the merest hint of a border. Alright, yep, that will do. So that not to get the black pen all over me. Yep. Right, so now we're just going to stick that up on the top corner. But I know it's not going to go, so I'm just going to, so long as I glue inside there. And now I need to just stick that down there. We want a fine pen, don't we? So let's just, I've got a Sharpie here that's got a ultra fine nib on it. So I think I am just going to use that one to do my string. And I'm just doing it a wee bit thicker and making sure I'm getting it down into all the indents. So that's my string. So it is so not a Banksy, but my ode to a Banksy, because I love his work, or her work as the case may be, given that Banksy is hitherto unknown. So thank you, Banksy, for the inspiration. What I do need to do is add a title, and I found one on this quote sheet that Tanya gave me that is just absolutely perfect, and it is still on the first sheet, so I haven't repeated anything, and it is do what you love. So I'm going to need to trim that bottom bit again. But happy with the top. Oops, I got black on my finger somehow, probably off the heart. And I can see straight away that's not straight, but never mind. So where are we going to put you? I think just down there, something nice and simple. Oops, do that up, Paula. Safety first. Oh gosh. Yeah, it wouldn't be a prompt response for me for Dephemerember 2024 without knocking the glue over at least once. So now I'm just going to spread this out. Here we go. Do what you love. Thank you for joining me. The only thing we need to, well, two things we need to do now are, of course, date it. And for this, I think, yeah, we're going to date stamp down here. 1st of December, 2024. And then, of course, we need to find a page. Now, we're gonna do it on here, right over here. Hopefully that will come out. There we go, 31st of December. A wee bit smudgy, but yeah, whose 31st isn't going to be? Probably mine, let's be honest. Journal. So we need to find somewhere, and I haven't even looked. I've got no hints, clues, ideas. So maybe there. Is that going to stay in there? Yep, it will. So we've got there, or maybe there. I think that might be safer for you, my love, than in there, because I have a horrible feeling that you're going to fall out of there. So, this is your home, my love. So, do I want to, I don't know if I don't think I want to put a ribbon on it, but I may change my mind. But for now, that is what we've got. And I love her very, very much. Thank you for joining me throughout this entire series. I hope you have enjoyed yourself and had a ball as much as I have enjoyed myself and had a ball. There will be one more video, and that is a final flick through and no doubt comment about all of the creations and, you know, anything else that I've done along the way, or post completion of the journal, whether I add anything else in, who knows. But for now, it is goodbye, and I will see you next Dephemerember. But I will be back for the final video. And then, of course, we are into celebrating my 500 subscribers. So, yes, we have got plenty more to come. So I hope to see you back in the studio in 2025. But bye for now.